another session. Let me share my entire screen so that we can all see what is going on. Great. So yeah, Sahara 2, you asked a question about how to make this window, the Solution Explorer, appear. To actually have this window shown, you just have to come to view, and then come to view, and there is Solution Explorer, Control plus Alt plus L. So when you click on it, it will show. Now when it shows to you, you can pin it. You will see this auto hide there, so you can pin it there. If I remove the pin, so right now, okay, let me close it entirely. Let me not remove the pin. So right now it's not there. You may probably be seeing just properties in your interface. So you just come to view, and then you click on Solution Explorer. It will appear here. If you don't pin it, it will just be there, like it will be hiding itself like this. Probably yours is there and it is hiding itself. So you remove the auto hide by just clicking on this pin. Then you pin it so that it will always be there. Okay. So let's start a new module. So let's come here and then add a new module. Then in the module, let's name the module Conditional statements. Conditional statements. So I have a module named Conditional Statements, and then let's introduce our submain, then we end main. I nearly added this. I nearly added this. So this is like in either Java or PHP or JavaScript. Let's continue. So we are going to talk about conditions. What are conditions? What are conditional statements? You see, whenever you are programming, there is one very critical thing you'll be doing throughout the programming journey that you're doing. And like I said, that is what we call decision making. The computer actually has been designed to make decisions, like we all know. So the computer in its everyday activities, whether you are even opening a folder, it is actually making a decision, because you double clicked and then you told it that I am clicking a certain element on this machine with the name so and so folder, so that maybe the folder name. Look for this element, and then if it exists, open. If it doesn't exist, show me an error. So when we talk about conditional statements, conditional statements basically is a way where we can make our program take decisions and arrive at a conclusion, give us a solution to it. The most popular conditional statement of all the statements, of every single statement in this world, is if, the if statement. It is the popular. Do we have a word like most popular? I don't know if there is a word like a phrase like most popular, then it is the most popular. So almost every programming language or almost every programmer would use if as their first go-to in whatever program they are making that has to take decisions. Okay. So today we are going to talk about if statement today. Now if has three different variants. If has three different variants. So we have the if statement itself. as one variant. Are they four? Let me see. If else, yeah. So three. So the first one is the if statement. Then we have the if else, statement, like this. And then we have the last one, which is the if else if statement. If else if statement. So this is one. This is one type of conditional statement, which is the if. Then we also have another conditional statement inside of VB especially, but when you go everywhere, it is called the switch. It's called the switch. The switch also, just by listening to the name, switch is switch, like you switch. If it is given a condition, or if you give the switch a condition, and then you ask it to look for cases in that. So it is normally used as switch case, the switch case statement. When you go to some programming language, you won't see the case, you just see switch, and then you use it. But when you come here, we are going to see case. We are going to attach case to this moment. So to write an if statement inside of visualbasic.net, we start by saying if. I think last week I introduced some portions of it. If, then the condition will come. So let's say if condition. Let me just write condition. It will underline it. So don't worry about the underlining. If condition, then end if. So we are saying if condition, then end if. If condition. So this condition is actually, what are we telling it to do? What is it checking? So after it checks, it will produce some results. Or if the condition is met, something can happen. And if it's not met, with this particular one, if the condition is met, something must happen. So this is where your code, or let's say logic. So this is the logic that will happen if the condition is met. This is the logic that will happen if the condition is met. So this is the if statement. Now let's come to the next one, which is the if else. If and then else. So that one also goes just like this one. If condition, then okay. It says it has given me something. Let me use that. If conditional statements, then, but if nothing is seen, if this condition isn't met, then we want it to do something else, like this. So we will say here that logic if condition is met, then we will say here that logic if condition is not met. So these are two variants. This is the first variant, this is the second variant. So the same way, we can have another one which says that, I think we can even have a fourth variant. We can have another one which says that if conditional statements, then something must happen. So this is the first logic. So this will be the first logic if condition is not met. Else, if conditional statements, then again. So you see we have if this, then else, if this, then. So this is second logic if condition is not met. So this is first logic if condition is met. Oh, you can even say logic if condition is met. Sorry. So you say that first logic if condition is met. The second one will be the second logic if condition is met. So if it doesn't meet this condition, it will jump and come and check the next condition. And we can have this thing in multiples to whatever extent that you want. So we can have the third logic, fourth logic. I'm sorry, this is third. So this is the if else if. So you can have, okay, this should be like the fifth. How did this come here? This should be like the fifth logic if condition is met. So this is one variant. This is one variant, which is the if condition, direct if. This is the second variant, which is the if then else. If else statement. We actually don't focus too much. And please, when you bring else, you don't have to introduce then. Then only goes with if. If there is no if, let's put it that way. If there is no if, there will be no then. If it's only else, then that means you are ending the entire logic. Which brings us to the fourth one actually, which is just like a combination of the second and the third. So like I said, we have three basic variants of this. The last one is probably like this. So we will say that condition, so we will say that the logic if condition, all conditions are not met. So the logic if all conditions are not met. So that's that. So we have the first one, second one, the third one, which are the three main conditional if statements. The three main if statements. Then the last one is I'm bringing it in to make it the fourth. It's just a combination of the first and the second. If nothing is met. So with this one, check critically. Check critically. You just have if, then, else if, then, else if, then. Then when we come to the last one, you just have else. Then nothing really happens again. Okay. So now let's start. And then let's do not delete. Okay, let me not. When I don't delete these things, they look too long to me. That is why I often try to delete them. Yeah, they look too long. Like when I comment them out, they look too long to me because comments also don't really. But then I'm quite sure everybody now has the logic of how things must go. So I would prefer that I delete mine, but you can copy yours onto a sheet somewhere and then hide it. So I'll delete mine, then I'll start gradually I'll start first with the if statement. Good. So like our friend, let's bring our friend console.write, and then let's console.read assist it. Console.write and console.read. Let's put in something here. And let's create some variables. So dim say num1 as string equals 10. Then okay, since I want to do them separately, I want to initialize them. So num2 did I say string? Sorry, let me use a decimal dim num2 as decimal equals 12 equals 13 or something of the sort. Let me use 6. So we are going to do if. Then let's actually do some results or something. Yeah, let's use results so that we can. No, we are going to compare these two. So let's not use results this time around. Let's bring our if statement. So if, then we write our condition. So we can say that if 10 is greater than 6, greater than or equal to 6, then one thing about VB is that as soon as you hit enter, it will bring you the ending part of whatever you want it to produce. And I believe by now you already know this. So if 10 is greater than or equal to 6, then, so if 10 is greater than or equal to 6, then, so this is the condition. This is the condition. This is the condition. We can add something here. Let's say results. Results. Sorry. Results as string. So we can have something here. Then we can simply type results equals hooray. Something of the sort. So we can now come to our right and then do the results here. So that what is this thing? Results is used before it has been assigned. Okay, let's just let me just so I have initialized results. I don't want any problems when I'm running my code. So let's now run this and then see what we are getting. So we are getting, this is true. Oh, where is my hooray? Oh, again. This thing I always forget. Why do I always forget? Let's come to project and then change to condition. I always forget to make us change it and save all. All right, so let's run it again. Hooray, this is true. So it is showing us that hooray, this is true. Because we came here because the condition was met. We came here because the condition was met. Good. We have already done logics and relational. So this is relational. This is relational operation. So let's say, let's add a logic. And if 10 is greater than or equals to 6, and 6 is greater than 3, this now becomes the condition. Like I told you, when you go to other languages, you put this inside a bracket. But inside VB, you don't worry your head with any bracket. Now, even inside Python, don't worry your head with any bracket. Just type the statement, colon, give it a condition, if then else, if leave it in place. So let's now try to deploy everything that we have been able to learn over the period in here. So right now we have this, and then let's just say or so results, hooray, this is true. So let's run this thing and see. You can see that both sides of the logic are true. So at least we should see that this will run. But what if both sides of the logic is false? If 10 equals 6, or 6 is less than 3, Now let's see what happens. When we do this, this is where um, our terminal will run, but it will show nothing. This is where our terminal will run, but you see nothing showing. Now the reason why nothing is showing is that here results didn't pass anything, because this code didn't run. This code actually didn't run. So let's change this one to something like the statement is true. Now we want to show something if the statement happens to be false. If the statement happens to be false. So let's do some more variables here. Let's change this variable, and then let's see dim kudu. Let's say dim age of kudu as integer, age of kudu. So now let's combine everything. Age of kudu, then let's do age of ama, let's do age of age of nana. So let's have these three ages here. Let's have these three ages here. Then let's do results. Now we are going to now introduce the else statement, the if else statement. So let's bring this one under if else. Let's our console. And please mind you, in programming, the IDE reads your programming or whatever software you have written is read line by line. So first of all, the programming or the program will start from here. I think I've explained this before. To come here, check. So you cannot come and declare these variables down here like this. You cannot do that. Then you can see that when I did it, oh sorry, let me remove it entirely. When you write it here, it is wrong. That's not how it is done. The reason why you are not seeing any error is because I'm not using it. You cannot use a variable before you declare it. So let this one even go off, and then let me come here, and then so the num1 and num2 that I wrote, I didn't even use it. Oh, and you guys didn't say anything. Now let's come here, and I have removed dim age of kudu, age of ama, and then let me come to the top here, and then write something like or let me use it here. Let me see, age of kudu equals 5. You see it has underlined age of kudu, and look at the explanation it gave us. It says local variable age of kudu cannot be referred to before it is declared. So you cannot write a variable name before you come and declare it. And in programming, like I said, it reads line by line. So you cannot have this here, this entire code here under this place, and expect to see the results. It will come here first, come there, and then come to this part where it doesn't see anything for results before it will reach the next set of codes. So put that in mind. Great. So let's go to the if else statement, and then let's try to work with the if else too. So let's use this and declare some variables. Use our variables here and there. Let's just say age of Kojo equals 15. Age of Ama equals 25. then age of Nana equals probably 12. So we have passed values to each of these ages. Good. So let's compare these ages and see if, sorry, the if is already there. If age of Kojo is greater than age of Amma, like this. If age of Kojo is greater than age of Amma, then the result should be Amma. It's a string actually. So let's just say Kojo is older than Amma. Then if that statement it doesn't meet this condition, then we can introduce the else. Else the result should rather be Kojo is younger than Amma, like this. So we are saying that if age of Kojo is greater than age of Amma, result should be Kojo is older than Amma. Else the result should read that Kojo is younger than Amma. So here this part is only supporting us to just show the results. Which results? So results, we declared it here, we initialized it here actually, then we passed these values to wait if the condition is met. So this one we are only considering one condition. Age of Kojo is greater than age of Amma. So the results, if that condition is met, we should say that Kojo is older than Amma. But if it is not met, we should say that Kojo is younger than Amma. So let's run this. I believe you are running at your end and you are getting some really beautiful results. So that is that Kojo is younger than Amma. So what happened here is that it checked the condition and it found out that the condition is false. The condition is false. So if the condition is false, it will continue running the code. It will continue running the statement and finding for something. Now when it runs and then it now comes to meet else, if it comes to meet else, you cannot do else and then bring another something like else if. Now once you bring else, your whole condition has ended. Your whole conditional statement has ended. After else, nothing can come again. No condition can be checked again after else. Else means that if you go through the entire statement and you don't find the results you are looking for, let this be your final result. Let this be your final result. So we say that if age of Kojo is greater than age of Amma, so logically we can see that the age of Kojo is rather younger than the age of Amma. Good. Let's now do some strange shenanigans here and see what I love using that word actually. It's a street term. So let's do our own stuff here. Then I want to just use precedence, board mass, to check some one or two conditions too. So we are saying that if age of Kojo, let's now bring age of Amma rather. So, or we can still do age of Kojo and use absolute. Age of Kojo and then use absolute, but not to go beyond certain limits. Let's keep things low. Age of Kojo. Good. So if age of Amma is greater than age of Kojo, then we say Amma is so and so, that and that. Okay. Now let's continue. Let's now do something like this. If age of Amma minus age of Kojo, so let's put this into brackets so that it will first check this. if age of Ama minus age of Kojo is greater than is greater than age of Nana, is greater than age of Nana. So we are saying if age of Ama minus age of Kojo is greater than age of Nana, then the result should be okay. You know this. This if you are thinking ahead, you see that you need to write some kind of statement that will make it go in, like be in tune with what we have done. So age of Ama minus age of Kojo, if it is greater than age of Nana, so we can simply say combined ages greater than Nana, greater than Nana's age. Yeah, so we can say combined ages lesser than Nana's age. So what this thing is going to do is actually going to check for this condition and then relate it to this one and find out what is happening. So if age of Kojo minus age of Ama is greater than age of Nana, then so let's run this and see what we get. Let's run this and see what we get. We get combined ages lesser than Nana's age. Combined ages lesser than Nana's age. So I think this is very clear to us. So now let's now use the first statements we were using, the first results we were using. Let's now use it down here again, and this time round let me comment this out. I don't want to delete this, so let me Control C, Control K. What is it? Is it Control V? Rather the other way around. So Control K, Control C. This thing. Control K, C. Like that. Long process. So now let's do another one, and let's just say if age of Kojo, age of Nana is greater than age of Kojo, like we already know, then let's do something. Results should be equal to Nana is older than Kojo. Else, we should bring else. Then maybe I under something. But this time round, we want to do else if. The else if will check for another condition. It will check for another condition. So you can't leave it open like that. You should always bring a condition for it to check. Then it can produce a result. So we want to say that else if age of Nana is greater than age of Ama, then the results will be equal to Nana is older than Ama. Great. So finally, else if none of these conditions are met. If none of these conditions are met. So if the first one is not met, the second one is not met. So we say that, sorry, I'm moving else again. So we say that the result should be equal to Nana is, why do I keep typing who in place of I? Nana is younger than both Ama and something like that. Now let's run this and then get to see where it lands us. It says Nana is younger than both Ama and Kofi. Yeah, is it true? So let's check if it's true. Good. So you see that truly Nana is younger than both of them. Kojo is 15. Ama is 25. Nana is 12. And we are saying that if age of Nana is greater than age of Kojo, Nana is older than Kojo. Or if it is greater than Ama, Nana is older than Ama. But if none of this is met, then you should say Nana is younger than both Ama and Kojo. So it first checked for this condition. When it came here, when it checked for this condition, it was false. The condition was false. Nana is not younger, Nana is not older than Kojo. It didn't run this. It skipped this and it came here and checked for another condition. Else, if age of Nana is greater than age of Ama, then this is the results, but it didn't check it. It didn't meet the condition. Sorry, that this result also didn't meet the condition. Or this condition was false. So it skipped it and then it came to the final answer it is supposed to give, which is Nana is younger than both Ama and Kofi. Or is it Kojo? I'm mixing two names here. It's Kojo. But nonetheless, you both get the logic here. So Nana is, yeah. Then what if we have a condition here which says less instead of greater? Then it says Nana is older than Ama. Sorry, younger. Let's younger than Ama. Then let's run this. Nana is younger than Ama. Now, you should see that it produced just one result. Nana is younger than Ama. That is the only thing it produced. Instead, this condition is also true. This condition is also true. And this condition is also true. But the very moment it saw the first condition, that was true. This is an if statement. So the very moment it saw the condition that was true, it break out from the code. It break out from the entire if statement. So in if statement, the first condition, the first true condition that is met will always be the final answer of the statement. The first true condition will always be the final. If none of these conditions were met, results wouldn't produce anything, or our terminal wouldn't have produced anything. But since the condition was met, our terminal was able to produce something. Thank you. The end here is telling it to end, like we finish the if statement. Do you get it? It's just the end of the statement. Like you have this. You have the if Nana is older than could you end. So the end if is not starting a condition. It is actually ending the conditional statement. It's ending the entire statement. Full stop. Very good. Thank you. Just like if it's a sentence, that is the full stop. Yeah. So this part isn't part of the conditional check-ins. It's only the, how do you call it? Let me find a better name, like the conditional statement structure. The conditional statement, the structure of it begins with an if and then ends with an end if. So this is not like to say end if something. No, this is to say end the if statement, finish with the if statement. Don't go again. All right. I believe it's clear to you. I have said that the goal of this NPAP program from the very day that I started with the cohort one wasn't to teach anybody a programming language. No. If you are saying you are learning a programming language, you will learn all the programming languages in this world and you still not get anything. The goal is to help you understand the concepts behind it, the concepts behind every little aspect of programming. So that when the concept you get here with the if, when you go to JavaScript, for instance, it's simply saying if you bring this, you do that, and then that is it. Okay. I just think it's okay. It is not. This place is not, so that's what it will probably do. It's not an environment for it. But why am I even worrying my head and not typing it here? Yeah, this is for the cohort 2 guys, cohort 1 guys. Yesterday we were doing some little stuff here. So let me use their platform here like this to show you something. So if it were to be JavaScript that we were doing here, because this is a PHP something, I think I can still type script in here. I'm just showing you guys something. Don't be too confused with me. I'm just showing you guys that whatever we are doing is just the application of knowledge somewhere else. So we have this. I have script here. Let me take it up. I have script here, and I can simply write if into brackets, then I do this. So my condition will actually appear here. I don't know if you guys are seeing this, but let me increase the size of it to say 20. Yeah. So you have here if 1 is greater than 2. So that is like the if statement, the same thing we are doing there. If 1 is greater than 2, that's the same thing. Then if it doesn't meet the condition, we just say else. Then we do this again. Simple. So it's just like the same thing we were doing there. But this time around, it's only the syntax that is different. And this time around, it doesn't need an end if statement. So you just have to learn the syntax. So we are saying this and we are saying that, okay, we declared a certain variable which was result. So let's results equals this, like blank statement like this. So we will say result equals, then we write the statement in there. 1 is greater than 2 something. Then this, you see, it's the same thing we are doing here. There is nothing different from this one and then what we are doing here. The only thing we are doing is we are passing logics. So we are passing concepts instead of logics. We are passing concepts. So the concept we saw here, where is it? The concept we are seeing here, the if statement concept, where results, you see, the declaration of the variable is different, but variables work in here too. The declaration of the if statement is the same thing. If the condition, and then if it is true, else if it is false. The same way when we come here, if the condition, if it is true, if it is false. The only thing you are seeing in addition is the then and then the end if. Now, the then and the end if, you understand that it works here in VB.NET. When you go to C#, you will drop it, which is also the brother of VB.NET. But you will drop the then and then the end if. And then you just use the bracket and then the curly brackets. So right now, you as the programmer, you understand that, oh, when we say if statement, this is how it works. The only thing I have to do next is to probably apply it somewhere else. So that is that. There is one last thing, let me add it and end for the day. There is a way to make all these things negative. or make all of them negative, the entire statement negative. If you want to make the entire statement negative, put this in your kneecap, then wherever you go, you can open it. If you want to make this negative, just bring not like that. Not is also a condition, like the last time we saw. Not is a conditional, is a logical statement. If not, age greater than. So let's do something here. Let's do a very simple result. Let's do something very simple here. So let's do, if not age of Nana is greater than. So we know that age of Nana is less than age of Kojo. So we are saying that if not age of Nana is, so we say that Nana is younger. So what we are saying here is that if the age of Nana is not greater than the age of Kojo, this is how you do it. One, this is the first way. Last time I showed you that you can do this, not equal to. This one is not equal to. This one is to say not equal to the age of Nana. But you see, this time we don't want to say not equal to. We want to really say that not greater than. So if you want to do that, you will say if not. So if not, so if the age, this statement, what we are reading here simply means if the age of Nana is not greater than the age of Kojo, then say Nana is younger than Kojo. Let's see. Let's run this and see what happens. Nana is younger than Kojo. But as soon as we remove this, our terminal will display nothing. Our terminal will not display anything once the not is removed, because the condition wasn't met. The condition wasn't met. So our terminal will not display anything.